Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Vix, and today we are going to be talking about the most disturbing missing 411 cases. This is part 2. I'm so glad that we're on to part 2 because I really wanted to make this a series, and that is what I'm doing now. Don't forget, don't subscribe just yet. I will earn your subscription by the end of this video, and don't leave a like just yet. Watch the video all the way through. And then, if you actually like the video, make sure to leave a like. It really helps me out a lot to make more of these videos because you left a like and you want to see more. And you give me a watch time. So, thank you so much. And, let's get right into these missing 411 cases. Eric Lewis. Eric Lewis, 57, of Duvall, Washington, was reported missing near the top of Mount Rainier while mountain climbing on Thursday, July 1st, 2010. He disappeared while his climbing companions discovered that he had unclipped from the climbing rope and disappeared, leaving them to pull up the coil with a butterfly knot. Eric had vanished after a large search that only his pack showed up in a snow cave. His body has not been found in 10 years. Was Eric spooked by something or someone? Did his companions kill him, or did his gear just fail? What happened on Mount Rainier in the summer of 2010? The ground was covered in snow, so following Eric's footsteps should have been easy. But he left no footprints beside the ones following his companions. Nowhere did they find signs that he broke off from the group. His climbing gear was found by searchers in an ice cave 200 feet below where he went missing. Searchers located Eric's backpack, climbing harness, and snow shovel at 13,600 feet, and a small snow cave at 13,800 feet. He didn't have a sleeping bag, tent, food, or down jacket with him. Incident Commander Glenn Kessler said at the time, "The search area is high elevation, glacial terrain, and demands a high level of technical skill. The odds of finding the missing climber alive must be weighed against the risk to searchers operating in such hazardous conditions. We've thoroughly searched the areas where we were likely to find Eric Lewis, and believe it's now time to scale back. Normal patrols of the mountain with a vigilant eye toward finding clues pertaining to the missing climber will continue." Fellow climbers Don Storm and Trevor Land searched thoroughly for Eric and retracted their movements. According to their accounts, anyway. Perhaps they intentionally cut his rope, but reasons aren't known. Why did Eric cut himself from the rope? Was he suffering from hypothermia and became confused and disoriented after sheltering in the ice cave? Did something or someone scare him so he cut his rope? Was it Sluwer Slide? We may never know. Gerard Adedero. So sorry if I said this name wrong. In 1999, a 3-year-old boy named Gerard Adedero was living with his sister and father, Alan, at the resort Gerard's dad worked at in the Comanche Wilderness, which is a national park in Colorado. A Christian singles group was staying at the resort, and one of the women in the group offered to take Alan's kids with them for a few hours to a local fish hatchery. Never let your kids go anywhere with someone you don't know. I don't care if you know the person. Don't know. They never asked Alan if they could take the children hiking as well, but they saw a sign for a nearby trail and decided at the last minute that they would go through the forest. Take your kids and get out. I don't care. The Christian singles were so involved in their own heights that they lost track of Gerard, and he wandered away from the group. And that's why you never leave your kids with someone you don't know. I don't care if you know them, bro. Two hikers in the area saw him walking alone, but assumed his parents must be nearby. I get it, but I would ask. I would go up to that kid and ask, like, do you know if you're, like...
Have you ever had a dream that...
I would ask that kid if his parents are nearby. Like, come on. After this, he was never seen again. In 2003, two hikers climbed up a very steep rock face roughly 550 feet above the trail. And they found one child's tooth, a piece of skull, and Gerard's clothes, which were fully intact. They had been taken off his body and turned inside out. There was one shoe, which looked brand new. Somehow, it was perfectly preserved for those 4 years. The area where his remains were found was far too difficult for a child to climb for himself, and it would have been an unnecessarily difficult location for an adult kidnapper to carry him. But it also doesn't line up with a Barer-Kruger attack pattern, because the clothes would have been ripped and covered in blood. The Atadero family is still haunted by the unanswered questions. What do you think happened to Gerard? Do you think it could have been an adult kidnapper? An animal attack? What do you think? Or the government? I'm kidding. Bessie and Glenn Hyde. In 1928, a newly married couple named Bessie and Glenn Hyde wanted to take a boat down the Colorado River, which runs through Grand Canyon National Park. The river was hundreds of miles long, and it would have taken several days to make the journey. Glenn had been preparing for their honeymoon for a long time. He built his own 20-foot boat that was very safe. Very safe. He wanted to win prize money for a new speed record to travel down the Colorado River, and if they succeeded, Bessie would go on a record as the first woman to ever make the trip. During their journey, they would stop to hike some of the trails. They met a photographer named Emery Kolb, so sorry if I said that wrong, who took pictures of them and later gave the photos to the police. When they never arrived at their destination, Glenn's father became very worried. He asked the park rangers to send an airplane over the river, and they spotted the couple's boat. It was floating upright, with no sign of it ever being overturned. Their supplies were still in the boat as well, but the couple was nowhere to be seen. The story of Bessie and Glenn Hyde has been retold so many times it's become sort of a legend. Like stories of Bessie's ghost spotted standing in the river. There were multiple theories. In 1971, an elderly woman claimed that she witnessed Glenn abusing Bessie, and Bessie stabbed him and ran away. This woman later recanted her body of a man in his 20s was found buried near the cabin of the photographer Emery Kolb. The man had a bullet in his skull. It was determined that this was not the body of Glenn Hyde, but it has still led some people to believe that since Kolb was one of the last people to see them alive, that he could have murdered them. But sadly, we may never know the truth behind this horrific case. And we may never see the truth behind any of these cases because they're still missing, or they're either still missing or dead. And it's so sad. I hope they get their answers. I know they probably won't because it's been so long now, especially with the last story. 1928. It's been so long. and people are seeing Bessie's ghost, doesn't that kind of like tell you that they died? But how did they die? Why are they only seeing Bessie's ghost? Where did Glenn Hyde go? Like, there's so many questions to Bessie and Glenn Hyde, and of course with the other two boys that we may never know. Honestly, I'm sorry that there was another child missing 411 case, but that seems to be what a lot of missing 411 is. To be honest, I was trying to look up all adults, but Gerard came up, and it seemed interesting to me because in 2003 they found. Not only did they find a child's tooth, which is very rare, he's 3. I don't think baby teeth are supposed to be coming out at 3. You could tell me if I'm wrong, though. Not only did they find that, they found a part of a skull, a piece of a skull, in Gerard's clothes that were perfectly intact, which that doesn't make sense. So, like I said, there's so many questions to what happened to these people that we may never get the answer to. Like, I don't know. If you have a theory or what you think might have happened to any of these people, please put them in the comments down below. I would love to hear your theories. It's seriously so interesting. If you want a part 3 to this series, please leave a like. And if I come out with a part 3, make sure to subscribe. It'll let you know that I came out with a part 3. With that being said, we have come down to the end of this video, so yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm so sorry that there's another missing kid in this, but like I said, that's all it seems to be. I know there's adults that go missing as well, but kids just seem to be the most, like, not prominent, but I'd say, like, occurring one. I'm not quite sure, though. Tell me if I'm wrong, but, yeah. With that being said, if you made it this far and you actually liked the video, make sure to leave a like, and if I earned your subscription, make sure to subscribe. We're trying to hit 70 by August. So, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Want a part 3? Leave a like, subscribe, so you know when I upload a part 3. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think down below with any of these cases or all 3. I'd love to know what you guys think. And, yeah, thank you for watching.